Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and playthrough of Deck of Wonders. For those of you that don't know what this is a solo and it could be played co-op as well, but it's primarily a solo based game, but it has a co-op ability to be able to play with two people as well. And this is a legacy expandable card game, and they quote, "Where Fate herself has stacked the deck against you." The way this game is supposed to feel is it's kind of supposed to capture the idea of a collectible card game, but in a solitary format, and it's going to evolve as you play. And both the villain and yourself are going to be drawing cards from the deck, so these decks are going to be, or the cards are going to be dual-sided. So one side of it, if it's drawn for you, is going to be doing something for you, where if it's drawn for the villain, it's going to be doing something on the opposite side. And I will show you how that, of course, works as we play through the game. But we're first going to do an unboxing, so if you're interested in that, please stick around and watch this right after the intro. Otherwise, if you're interested in just seeing the playthrough, then of course you can skip to that part. We'll put timestamps in the description of this video and also in the video itself. So without further ado, let's unbox Deck of Wonders and give it a shot. And if you're excited to see that, then I need you to meet me at the table. This is my Kickstarter copy of the game that I was able to back, and these came with card sleeves. I'm going to put those aside. We all have seen card sleeves, but I do want to mention that these actually were Sleeve Kings, which is a company I'm interested in trying out at some point, so this will be really interesting to see what those are like, and I got a couple of sets for this game itself. So let's unbox this and see what's inside. I will tell you that this game is for 1 to 2 players. It's about 13 plus, and it takes only about 15 minutes per play, but it is a campaign type legacy game. So it is going to keep on expanding and playing more and more as you go through it. But I do want you to know that it only takes about 15 minutes. So it's a nice little pick up and play kind of game. And it is a pretty portable game, being only this size. So you can bring this around with you without any problem. Here's our rule book. I'll have to read through this and see how to play so that we'll be ready to go when we do. The next thing we have is our upgrades, and this, I believe, is a sticker sheet that you're going to be using on potentially some of the cards or in the game itself. See, as they come off, they are stickers. So these will be part of the game as we play through it. This game also is fully narrated by Foreteller, and being part of the Kickstarter all-in kind of package, I do have this available to myself. So while we play through the game, I will try to make you hear some of the narration that is on Foreteller. So if you're interested in picking this up, you might also want to pick that up. And it is a free app that has a whole bunch of different things you can do with it. It has all these narrations for board games. On top of that, I believe they also have some ambient sounds and stuff used for role-playing games as well on their site. So please check out Foreteller if you've never seen them before. And this is the company. It is Foria Games. They're the ones that have done Deck of Wonders. And if you're interested in seeing this game or any other games they've done, you can check them out at their website. Let's see what else we have. We have a lot of stuff here. This, I believe, is going to be our deck of cards, so we'll take that out and take a look. Now, before we take a look at what is in this box, there's also these 3 decks here. These are our 3 different villains that you're going to be facing when you play against them. And I believe these are the cards that come with them. And when you play the first game, it does recommend that you play against this character. So when I show out some of cards so that we're going to be dealing with and how exactly some of this works, I'll be using this character as my villain, and we'll see what else we can find in here. Now, moving back to our core set of cards here, it does say right here, once this pack this pack when instructed as you set up your first game. And we'll be doing that, but I do want to just show you a little bit of kind of how this works. It does have my health tracker in here, and of course, the goal of the game is to knock the villain down to 0 before you are knocked down to 0. Each card is going to look similar to this. There's 2 different types. There's minions, and there's also spells. Hopefully I can find a spell card in here. Here's a spell card. All right, let me show you first the minion and what it's all about. As you can see, it is dual-sided because, like I said, you and the villain are going to be drawing from the same set of cards. And on here you see what is their attack value, their health, and then this is like their initiative order, and I'll show you how that works in the playthrough. And this is the human side of the board, or card. This is the villain side. Notice it doesn't have that other symbol. And this is going to determine the order in which we're using our characters to potentially try to block some of the incoming damage that the enemies are going to be doing. So we do have this. Now, I also want to mention that some cards that we have here are going to have a cost that you have to use in order to play them. For example, say we want to play this Lightning Strike. This is a spell that happens immediately when it's played, and we'd have to discard a card. So we have to take a card from our hand and discard it in order to play this card to do what it says, and then we get to also resolve this as well, which means we draw a card. Now, of course, the villain also has a way of using this card here, which is also going to destroy the highest priority player in player's minion. And sorry, that's what this is. This is what is called the priority number right here. That's the priority number. So we have those two types of cards, and you'll see how those are going to interact, and we're also going to see how they're played out on the board. Human players' cards are always going to come in tapped when it comes to minions, but the AI opponent or your villain is always going to play a card, and it's going to be ready to go. So you have to be ready for almost anything that's going to jump out of their deck. They have, in theory, the game is set to give them a little bit more of an advantage because you being a human player is going to be able to get some little tricks and stuff that could potentially turn the tables in your favor. But Fate is always going to, in theory, be helping the bad guy. So Cullen's villain pack here, it says open this pack when instructed at your first game, and we'll be doing that very shortly. But again, just to show you, there's a little bit of flavor text, which I'm hoping I can use Foreteller to show you. Then it shows some abilities or something that about the character that you're going to be facing. There, here, a villain track of health right here, and then you're going to be taking all of the cards that are associated with your villain, and you're going to know the symbol. His is potentially right here, so you're going to find all the cards that have that symbol, and that's going to be his deck of cards. So that's every card that he has come with, and they're all going to be mixed together with your deck of cards as well, because again, you're going to have cards that you can play from his deck, and he has cards he's going to be able to play. They're all going to be in one deck, which is really the cool thing about this, is using both sets of cards to fight against each other. Now, as the game grows, you can actually choose your own 28 deck of cards. This is the recommended one. It recommends that you use these cards with this symbol when fighting him for the first time, so we're going to do that when we set the game up. But I just want to give you an idea a little bit roughly of how it goes. But there are a whole bunch of cards, and they all have these little different colored symbols down here, blue and pink, and those are going to be associated with the other two villains that we could eventually play. They're going to be, I believe, the pink one here and the blue one here, basically because this guy was wearing pink and this one's wearing blue, so that's just my guess. Now, as the game goes and you continue to go forward, the book itself does tell you not to read anything further until you get past certain villains. And once you pass the certain villain, you're going to be able to learn more of the story and what you're going to be unlocking, which is going to be, I believe, these things down here. These are going to be different elements of the legacy. So it says, legacy, get out of my head, stop, open this pack only when you meet the following conditions. So there's different conditions you have to meet in order to do this. And each one has to do with a separate type of villain. So here's 2 for that villain. There are, looks like 3 for this. I'm going to guess each one of these has 3 is my guess. There's 1, 2, 3 for this one, and there is 3 for this one, and 1 for this one. So if we, for example, are playing Cullen, we might want to try to work one of these types of challenges in order to be able to open these and add these cards to potentially his deck or our deck or both. I don't know what's in there. That's part of the exciting part about this. So that really is the unboxing of this game, Deck of Wonders. Now, if you're interested in seeing a playthrough, that is what we're going to go to next. But if all you're interested in is what the game itself holds, that is what is in the Deck of Wonders that it was made by Furia Games. And I'm super excited to get to this playthrough. So without further ado, let's play the game!
When the gods abandoned Elladale, moving on from the world like children move on from a toy, Fate alone chose to remain. She had fallen in love with the world, seeing a charm and beauty in its flaws that the other gods could not. Even though it meant eternal separation from her divine kin, Fate chose to bind herself to Elladale rather than abandon it to darkness. Over time, however, Elladale abandoned her. The subtleties of Fate were always lost on the mortal world, and they slowly tired of her guidance. It was all too easy to ignore Fate and chase their own selfish ambitions. Every faction insisted their plans or their leaders were blessed by Fate, but none were actually willing to seek out her wisdom. Some even blamed Fate for the departure of the other gods, or claimed that she remained only to punish the faithless. In just a few generations, most of the mortal world wanted nothing to do with Fate, unless she was telling them exactly what they wanted to hear. Broken-hearted, but still eternally bound to Elladale, Fate retreated to the hidden corners of the world. She resolved that if her powers were the only thing mortals wanted, then that was the only thing they'd get. And thus, the Deck of Wonders was formed. Fate poured her power and creativity into a seemingly infinite deck of cards, but left them devoid of her wisdom. The Deck of Wonders became her substitute for interacting with Elladale, where before she had attempted to shepherd them with gentle guidance. Now she simply let fall a card from the Deck of Wonders and watched the mortals of Elladale fight over it. A single card was powerful enough to turn the tide of any battle, but their wild unpredictability was as likely to bring ruin to the wielder as fortune. Even so, the illusion of control was intoxicating to the mortal world, and just the rumor of a new card could completely reshuffle the balance of mortal power. So of course, when you saw the chance to steal the Deck of Wonders itself from Fate, you couldn't help but take it. It's hard to say if that makes you a hero or a fool, but it certainly makes you a target. You've been on the run ever since, and Fate has upended the world around you trying to reclaim the Deck of Wonders. When you're not running from Fate, you're dodging the mortal factions of Elladale, who are all eager to take the Deck of Wonders for themselves. The power of the Deck of Wonders has kept you one step ahead, but every card you draw for aid seems to also further complicate your escape. You've heard rumors of a sorcerer who can help mortals escape Fate's grasp. But to reach him, you'll have to travel through the forest of Demeror, across the Hatima Wastes, and into the Shardspire Mountains. It's a daunting journey, but if you can master the Deck of Wonders to outplay your assailants, you might yet be able to escape Fate.
That was the intro as done by Foreteller. Again, you can pick that up on their app if you're interested in having that for this game, and they also have some for other games as well. We're going to set up our game now to be able to play the Deck of Wonders. The first thing we're going to have to do is choose a villain, and our first villain that it told us to do is going to be Cullen, the spoiled prince. He is right here. Here he is. Now, we have to remember this symbol right here because that's going to be the deck that we're going to be using for him. And he has some special rules. The first one is Impatient. Both the player and Cullen start at 20 health instead of 30. Then we have Fools. I'll do it myself. If you have to reshuffle, then Cullen gains 2 strength. For the rest of the game, he will deal 2 damage to any minion that attacks him and 2 damage to the player at the end of the villain's turn. Oh, that's no good. Legacy packs. We're going to place Cullen's Tantrum, Unexpected Allies, and Cullen's Fated Form legacy packs in the rules area. So I'm going to place him kind of right up here. The reason why is as we play, he's going to be placing cards down in his villain area, and I'm going to be placing cards down in this area, and this is where we're going to keep track of our health. Now, as the game goes on, I'm probably not going to be this panned out for the game. We're going to be panning in to be able to read some of the cards and see how it all transpires. I do have these that I'm going to use to track the health of ourself and Cullen. These are not with the game. These are my little cubes that I have. So these do not come with the game, but we're going to track them with these cubes right here. There we are. Those are all set to go. After doing that, we're going to grab our decks that we're going to use. He has a deck that he's going to be all set to use, and you're going to be able to figure out which deck that is by this symbol right here. Remember that symbol on his chest? That is the symbol. You're going to see it on all of his cards here. We're going to take his deck, give it a good old little truffle shuffle here so it's all mixed up and ready to go. Then we're going to take our deck. Now, it did tell us we can deck build, but it did tell us for this one we should be taking all the ones that have this like little green symbol here. So we're going to grab all these, give them a good old truffle shuffle again, and we're going to take those 2 decks then once shuffled, and we're going to shuffle them together to create the Deck of Wonders. And this is going to be, or at least I guess, our Deck of Wonders that we're going to be drawing from. Now, both me and Cullen are going to be drawing from this exact same deck. So we're going to place that deck right down here, and that's going to be our draw deck. And then our discard pile is going to be right over there. And that's it for the setup, unless there's any other special rules that would pertain to a particular villain. That's it. That's easy. Super easy. Now let's go into our first turn. But first, let's learn a little bit about Cullen.
Cullen is the youngest son of a large royal family. With no real ruling responsibility, his entire life has been focused on hedonistic pursuits. In childhood, Cullen made it a game to see how fast he could use up or destroy whatever gifts his parents lavished upon him. And he never really grew out of it. Cullen's debauchery became expensive even by royal standards, and his older sibling started to pick up his bad habits. So, his parents finally intervened by granting him regency over the forest of Demeror. The king and queen had declared Demeror part of their growing kingdom, but the ancient and wild wood proved impossible to rule in any meaningful way. Put Cullen in charge of Demeror, they reasoned, and the two might at least keep each other busy. Cullen raged at his new assignment. He believed his until now charmed life was ordained by fate. And if she was letting this happen to him, then something must be terribly wrong. You had hoped Cullen would be too busy wallowing in self-pity to notice you passing through Demeror, but you don't get very far before you find his entourage blocking your path.
See? I knew this was someone else's fault. Do you have any idea how selfish you are? You've stolen away all of Fate's attention with your little Deck of Wonders stunt, and she's been so busy chasing you that she let me get shunted into this hellhole of a forest. Now, you're going to give me the Deck of Wonders. I'm going to return it to Fate, and she's going to restore me to the life of luxury I deserve. Hand it over now, and I might even let you slink out of here alive. No? Well, then I'll just have to take it from you. Servants, take it from them.
Now that we know about our villain, let's take a look at our turn tracker here. We're going to start with our player turn, and then we are going to go to the villain turn. So our player turn is going to start by drawing one card, but since it's our first turn, we're going to draw 4. At this point, we're going to be able to play, and we can play any amount of cards from your hand, provided you can pay their costs. You may exhaust and ready minions to deal damage equal to the strength of the target you choose. Then we're going to end our turn, and at that point, we're going to unexhaust all player minions and ready to flip this card, and any damage on minions that has taken does not persist between cards. These are some quick rule reminders down here. All cards involved in a single spell or attack action are discarded together. Within that, the discarded order is up to me, and that's going to be important. You'll see how that works. When you choose, you may choose end your turn without playing cards or attacking, which is a good thing. You don't have to actually play everything you have, and so that's part of the strategy, is knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when to run, and all that stuff. It says here, you do not need to destroy a villain's minions before attacking a villain directly. The one exception to this is if a villain minion has the word taunt. So we'll see how all that plays in. So we're going to draw our first hand of 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, after you draw your 4 cards, you do have the choice of a mulligan, but the mulligan has to be the entire hand. You can't just choose which ones out of here you don't want. You have to choose to discard this entire hand or keep it. And we have found ourselves, we have a spell called Gust of Wind, and it says here, destroy all minions with a 1 base health from both sides. Okay, that's bad. Now, if you notice, there's 3 dots on this side and 2 dots on this side. The 3, anything that has 3 different symbols up here, those are the player's versions of the cards, and these would be the villain's side of the card. So this one just says destroy all player minions with 1 base health. So notice that it does not affect him. So that's going to be no good. So I'm glad we got this card. We got 2 of them. And we also got Earth Shield. I can place onto a minion. The first time that the minion takes damage, it make that damage 0 and discard this card. That's fantastic. And then we have this character right here, a Gnomish Servant. When he's played out, I'm allowed to draw a card. He has 1 attack, 1 health, and he has a 1 priority, which will decide what order I'm going to be placing my characters in when the villain attacks me. Now, I don't think this is a great hand because I've got some spells, but I don't have any minions to be able to play out here. And I really think we need some minions. So we're going to discard those and grab 4 more. Of course, the only flip side to discarding these cards is now this deck is becoming smaller and it may eventually trigger his ability here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are going to be the cards we have to take now. Let's see what we have. We have a Hungry Wolf, which has 3 attack and 1 health in a 3 priority order. That's actually pretty cool. We have a Reinforced Dam. It has 0, it has a 4, and it has 4 health. That's fantastic. Then we have, what's this? This is the Treant Shepherd. 3 damage, or 3 attack, 3 priority, and 3 health. That's also really good. We got 2 of them. Oh my gosh. Okay, this can is way better. Now, it doesn't have any spells, but that's going to be okay. The interesting thing about this is one thing I want to show you on these cards is if you notice this symbol right here, as the game goes on, you're going to be able to upgrade cards with these stickers here. And so you can potentially make them stronger, or give them better abilities, or allow you to draw cards or things of that nature as you go on. Also, these stickers down here is once you kind of completely move through an enemy, you get to unlock the ability to use his cards in your deck as well as the cards that you have for yourself. Now, of course, before we start, I do want to grab those 4 legacy packs for Cullen. They are right here, and these do have Unexpected Allies does have a thing. Have 2 Forest Trolls ready on the player side at the same time. Once I do that, I'm able to complete that legacy portion. This one says defeat Cullen while using the cards from both Cullen's Tantrum and Unexpected Allies legacy pack. So we're not even able to go for this one until we can get the other ones done. This one says defeat Cullen with more than 10 health remaining. So I'm going to place those off to the side, and if we ever are able to do that, that's fantastic. I now can play some of these cards if I want to. I think we're going to play. Now, this one, of course, does have a cost here. It says discard 1 to be able to draw 1. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to play this card out there, and it's going to come in exhausted, which is fine. And I'm going to discard this Dam in order to play it. So that's the cost of being able to play it out there. Once it's played, I'm going to activate its play cost, which is draw a card. So we're going to draw another card, and we have found ourselves this Gnomish Servant, which we're also going to play out there. I don't see why not, because then I can also draw a card. Drawing cards is awesome. Here's one of those Forest Trolls we want to try to do. We want to try to get out 2 of them, I think it says, right? In order to do this, have 2 Forest Trolls ready on the player side at the same time. So that's one of the legacy things we might want to try to do. So I am going to play this one out there. It's going to cost me, oh my gosh, I have to discard 2 cards to play this guy? Oh, no wonder why it's hard to get him out there. Get 2 of these guys out there. That means the whole rest of my hand. I think we're going to save this guy and keep him in our hand because I want to play out, I think I'm going to play out the other Treant Servant. We're going to play that guy out, and I'm going to discard my Wolf. That's going to be okay. We're going to see how that goes. I think that'll be... No, I think instead I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to play my Wolf. So we have 3 out there. Or should I discard those both and play out this Super Troll? The Super Troll could go out there. Oh my gosh, that'd be super good. But he only has 3 health, so I think he's going to get knocked down really fast. We're going to keep this guy in our hands. We're going to keep those 2 in our hands. That's just fine. And now since these are all exhausted, I can't do that attacking step that it's talking about. And at the end of my turn, though, I'm allowed to ready all of my minions, so they're all set to go for the next round. And at this point, we are going to move to the villain's turn. And our villain now is going to draw 1 card, but 3 on the opening turn. And then we're going to move into battle lines and attack. Now, when I draw these cards, they automatically play. There's no cost associated with these or anything. So we're going to start, and you draw them one at a time and fully resolve them before you move into the next one. Now, I'm going to move some of this stuff down here a little bit so that we can get his track up here and a little bit more in focus for us. So our first card that he has is this one. He is going to flip it to this side and put it down there, and it says draw 1 card. So he hits that guy out there. He's going to draw the card off of this. You're going to resolve this card completely before we draw our second card. He also has a Hungry Wolf out there, which is no good. Now we're moving into his second draw. He has got himself, one of those Reinforced Dams. And it says here, Taunt. You must destroy this minion before attacking any minion or villain without taunt. That's terrible. So that's going to go there. And then his final of the 3 cards that he's drawing at the beginning is this one, Lightning Strike. Destroy the highest priority player minion. Oh no. So we're going to put that into the discard pile. And I have destroyed the highest priority target minion. I think we're going to destroy. These both have an equal number here of 3. If we look at the priority values, they are 3. So I get to choose which one I want. I think we're just going to discard that one. That's going to be the deal there. I think that's it. Okay, that's no good. That was terrible. All right, that is the end for his draw step. Now he's going to move into the battle line part of the game. This is kind of the meat of the game. This is the coolest part of the game, because this is where we get to make some decisions that are going to hopefully benefit ourselves and get rid of as many of these minions as we can, so we can get some more of our own guys out there. It's going to say that we have to order the player minions from left to right in priority order. And the priority picks the order for this if there's a tie. Now, I have a 3 and a 1, so I can't reorder them in any other way than what is out here. 3 is highest, and then this 1. Next, we're going to move into the order villain minions from left to right in the order you want them to attack. So at this point, I get to choose the order in which these are going to attack, which is going to be a huge part into how we're going to be able to take these minions out, or at least survive some of the oncoming damage. So what I'm looking at is I need to try to figure out a way to take out a lot of these minions. So the way these are going to choose their targets is they're going to target the person with the highest priority player minion. So it's always going to target this first, and it's going to start with whatever one I put here and in any type of order. Now the interesting thing is they will not attack this if collectively they cannot defeat it. And if their collective attacks will not deal enough damage to destroy the leftmost player minion, then they'll target the player instead. And I do not want them targeting me. That's Bad News City. So what I'm going to do is, if I were to put this one first and this one second, this one would attack here because it could kill it. It has 3 attack and I have 3 health. And then I will always do my attack back, 3 to 1. Both of these characters would die. Then we move on to the next one, and this one would attack for 1, doing 1 damage, killing this, and I would also kill it back, leaving the dam to hit me for 0 points of damage. That would be one potential outcome, but then that would pretty much wipe the board except for the dam. And I don't know if that's a good idea. I think what I'm going to do is do it in this order. Watch this. This is going to be a way better way to have this exact same scenario play out. And I could even put the dam first if I wanted to, but this is such a mute card, it's not going to matter. And the reason why is because it has this 4 health. That is just absolutely bonkers ridiculous. So now what's going to happen is this one is going to attack, and it's got 1 attack and 1 health. Now that's not enough to kill this one. So he would then attack me unless the next one in line is able to help out and kill this. So now we have a total attack value of 4 against my 3 health. Now that will kill off my treant here, and I'm going to exhaust both of those to make that attack against this. Now when that happens, he will die from the 4 damage, but he gets to deal his damage to both of the characters. So he's going to do 3 to this one and then 3 to this one, killing both of these. And now I have to decide, when these go to the graveyard, or not graveyard, sorry, the discard pile, what order I want to put them in. And I think I'm going to put them in this order right here. I'll play them down just like that. That leaves just the dam now that is going to attack against this. Now he does 1 damage. I have 1 health. He cannot kill this. And collectively, there's not enough damage out here to kill this character. So instead, he is going to turn and attack me for 0 damage. So that's fantastic. He then at the end of turn is going to righten himself back up. And that is this whole step here. Ready, villain minions attack 1 at a time in order from left to right. If the collective attacks will destroy the highest priority leftmost player minion, they attack it until it is destroyed. Otherwise, they attack the player directly. And that is what we went through during the attack. Now, see how that's a little bit of a strategy there. You got to figure out how would be the best way to survive the incoming onslaught that the enemy can provide you, that is going to do to you. So after the first turn, we both are still sitting at 20 health each. And we'll move into my turn. And remember, I still have 2 cards left, and I get to draw 1 card at the beginning of my turn. And look at that, another troll. Oh my gosh, if I need to discard 4 cards to get these 2 trolls out there. I don't know how I'm going to do that, because that guy's going to keep on attacking. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to discard a troll in order to put out another one of these shepherds, because I need something out there that's probably going to have to block something. That's going to be bad news. And I'm going to draw 1 more card when that comes out. And what did I get? Place this on a minion. I could do this. I could put this Earth Shield out on that Treant Shepherd. Let's do that. That's out on the Treant Shepherd. And what this is going to do is it is going to be able to, the first time the minion takes damage, make the minion take 0 damage, and I discard the card. So that'll be awesome. Now he does come in exhausted. There's nothing I can do about that. Now I can attack. And I could attack with this one and do 1 damage to the dam. not going to matter at all because I need to do 4 damage in order to kill this thing. It does 0 back to me, but it's just not worth attacking. I think that's going to be the deal. Now, next turn, if both of these characters are able to survive, then I could maybe punch through that dam at that time. My turn is now complete. We'll move over to the villain, Cullen the Spoiled Prince. He's going to draw 1 card, and he has a Treant Shepherd as well that is going to hit the board. And his cards always come in unexhausted. Now at this point we have to do the battle lines again. Now if I forgot to at the end of my turn to ready all of my characters. There we go. They're all set to go. I have to order these in priority order. He has a 3, I have a 1, and now I get to choose the order in which those are going to come into play. And I think we're just going to do just what we did here. We're going to attack just like that. Now this will attack him, and it would kill him because he has 3 health, and this does 3 attack. But since I have this, its damage is going to go to 0, and I'm going to discard this card. So I'll put that into the discard pile, and this then gets hit for 3 from my Treant Shepherd, and it goes into the discard pile. And now this dam will also attack, and the dam is going to attack for 0, and since that can't actually damage any of my guys, he'll attack me for 0 damage, and that's the end of that round. Again, it has just been an attack against our minions. We're trying to kind of get through his board so that we can get to him. I could attack him at any time, but then that might leave me open for some attacks of my own. I do get a new card. Let's see what I'm able to draw. I drew myself a Pixie Mesmerist, which has a 4, but only has 2 health, so it might be kind of dangerous to stick out there, but I think we're going to play this out on the board. Or I can keep it as one of my 2 cards that I could discard to get one of the trolls out. I think we will put the Mesmer down just because that way we can hopefully protect some of our characters out here. So we'll place our Mesmer down as a 4, 2, and 1. Now the cool thing about this, I don't know if you've noticed as I've been playing this, is that is what the player card looks like, but check out the villain card. It is a totally different set of art. So it's really cool how they have 2 different artworks on depending on if it's coming from a player or from a villain. So it comes out exhausted just like that. And at this point now I can attack with both of these characters, and they're going to do 4 damage to this dam, and we're going to get this dam out of there. And that's going to be the end of our turn. We're going to upright our cards here, and now things are looking a little bit better because he doesn't have anything up there. So let's draw his card and see what he's going to do. He's going to play out, what is this? Are you kidding me? Oh no, I did everything wrong. It says here, if a minion is on top of the discard pile, move it into play exhausted. Do not resolve its card text. So it is going to get its thing back. Well, I guess I didn't do anything wrong. This was the only thing I could have discarded. Now, say I used a spell to discard this. I know this spell isn't going to be able to damage it at all, but let's say that this is what killed it. I would want to have tried to put that spell on top so that in case a card like that comes up, it wouldn't have affected this. But instead, here comes our dam. It comes in exhausted, and that's the end of his turn. He is going to write his dam, and we'll move into the next round. So what we thought was going to be an opening for us to go for the bad guy, now it's turned into another slugfest through another dam. Let's see what we have found. Oh, we found another lightning bolt. Cost, discard, destroy a minion with 2 or less health, and then draw 1. So there's nothing out there with 2 or less health. That minion has 4. And whenever you get done with an attack round or step of all that, and you go back to the next part, all characters are healed back to full, just so you understand that. There is no carried over damage going to the next round. Now again, I think we're going to attack with our 2 characters here, which are going to do 4 damage and kill the dam again. But now this one is going to get through and do 1 damage to Cullen, the spoiled prince over here. That's awesome. That's the end of my turn. We will upright all our cards so they're just like that. And then we'll move into his turn. We'll draw a card and see what he has found. He is going to give himself this side. It says, destroy the lowest priority player minion. Oh no, a baited trap. This is a spell. It's going to go out there and it's going to kill the lowest priority player minion. Well, this is a 4-3-1. This one is now dead. And I can choose the order that these go in, so I'm going to put that one on top in case I get that rejuvenation card again. And that's the end of his turn. So it was sad that I lost a character, but he didn't put anybody else out, so he is open for a big attack. We'll move into our next round and grab our card. We were able to get, what's this? This side, Pixie Cavalry. And it doesn't cost me anything to play it out, so I don't see why I play it out. But I could, if I wanted to, discard both of these to put out a troll. Let's do that. Oh, we're going to get our troll out there. That's going to be awesome. Now, of course, our troll comes in exhausted, but now I can hit him for 4 more damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. He is at 15 health. That was awesome. That's the end of our turn. We're going to write our cards just like that. Here he is at 15, and we have 20. We'll draw his card and see what he gets. He got himself, what's this? Destroy all player minions with 1 base health. Well, sorry, spoiled prince, you have played the wrong card. Nothing out there has 1 base health, and that's the end of his turn. So now I will go into my turn, and I only will draw 1 card, and this is all I have in my hand right now. It's another Pixie Caption. I don't know why I don't put him back down there. We'll put him out there, and look at this now. I'm able to hit him for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. I don't think this guy's going to be around much longer. 11 is going to bring him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, I probably could have just subtracted and got to 4, but nope, I wanted to count. I want to count. That's what we do here. We count the health tracker. And he's going to draw his card now. If he doesn't have a way to wipe my board, that's going to be game over for him. What does he got here? He's got Guerrilla Warfare. It says, if there are 4 or more player minions in play, then destroy all player minions. Oh no, that's exactly what he needed. Okay, I have just fell prey to the you should probably look at the cards in the decks before you start going to town here. I didn't know this was in here. This is bad news city, hugely bad news. So if there are 4 or more player minions in play, then destroy all the player minions. These are all dead. Every one of them just died. I'm going to put them in this order because maybe I'll get a rejuvenation card and get my troll back out. But for now, that's how it goes. I'm going to put this into the discard pile. I'm going to place this on top like that. And then he gets to draw another card based on that spell. And he has found himself a Pixie Mesmer. It's going to go in, and he gets to attack me for 1 point of damage. So now I'm at 19, and the tables have all of a sudden turned. That was ridiculous what I find here. Oh, look at this perfect timing. Oh my gosh. It says here, if the minion on top of the discard pile, move it into play exhausted, do not resolve its card text. And so here it is. I do not resolve its card text. I do not have to pay 2 costs to put it out there. I was able to get my troll back. That worked out perfect. So we're going to end his turn. I'm going to put mine up like that, and I'm going to draw a card for him. Hopefully it's not a destroy my character. Uh-oh. This one comes into play, and then it says draw 1 card. I don't like where this is going. And there's no, oh no, look at this. He got a troll. Play, destroy another villain monster. Oh, I have to destroy another villain monster in order to play that card. That's kind of fantastic. At this point now, there's 2 villain monsters out here, and I am able to choose which one it is. Whenever there's a point where the AI has to make a choice, or for example, the spoiled princess make a choice, it's me making the choice between a tie or any type of thing that could be more than 1. So there is more than 1 villain out here. So I am going to destroy this one because he could potentially last longer with the 2 health out there, and we'll place these 2 right here. Now, sadly, I already see where this is going. I'm going to have to put them in battle line order, and this is the order I'm going to keep them in. I only have 1 card here, so what I'm going to do is leave it just like that. He's going to attack for 1. Now he can only do 1 damage, and that's not enough to kill him because he's got 3 health. But since his buddy can help him out with this 5 damage, he will attack him. Now if I didn't have this card here, he would attack me for 1 point of damage because he'd not be able to do this. If I would have put them in this order, he would have attacked, they would have killed each other, and he would have attacked me for 1. So it's always best to make sure you can find a way to try to get a twofer. And look at this, we got a twofer. Boom! I can hit this guy for 5 and this guy for 5, and together they're going to do what? 6 points of damage? Yeah, these things are all super dead. So we're going to put these into the discard pile in that order. No, I lied. I'm going to put in, I don't think there's any good order here. Yeah, we're going to put them in that order just for the heck of it, in case we both get rejuvenation cards. So again, we got to a point where both of our boards are wiped. I love how this is a back and forth type game. Here I thought I had him, he only had 4 health left, and now I'm struggling to try to get characters out here. What I find here, I found a poisonous toad, cost 1 to discard. I can't even play this guy, so I'm going to leave him in my hand. We'll move to the villain's turn. The villain is going to play out this card right here, destroy all players' minions with 1 base health. There aren't any out there, so that is the end of his turn. We'll go back to our turn. Let's draw our card. We have a lightning spell. I'm going to keep that. And I'm not going to play anything yet. And I know that could potentially open me up, but I've got a lot of health. I think I'm doing okay. We'll go to his turn. He's going to play, what is this? This is, oh, that Guerrilla Warfare card. Well, sorry, that's not going to happen. But he does get to draw a card off this, and I think I might have missed that when I played the first one, or maybe not. I don't think I did. All right, he's going to get this Mesmer out here now, and that's going to hit me for 1 point of damage. So I'm going to take this down to 18, and then we're going to have to turn this guy sideways in his area to attack me and put it back up. With that, now I'm going to go into my turn, and I have to start playing some cards out here now. Oh, look at this. I got a Hungry Wolf, I have a Poisoned Toad, and I've got a Lightning Bolt. Now I've built up my card deck a little bit. First, let's take a look at that Poisoned Toad. I can discard one. Poison, destroy any minion this minion dealt damage to, which is going to be really good. So I'm going to try to play that out, I think, or else I could just zap it with this Lightning Bolt. Destroy a minion with 2 or less health and then draw a card. That might be a better plan. I'm going to play out my wolf, exhaust it, and then I'm going to discard that Poisoned Toad to play this card. Actually, I'm not going to play this yet. We're going to hold this. I've got a plan. We're going to destroy this with the Lightning Bolt, and then I get to draw a card off that. And we have found ourselves, oh, this will be perfect, an Earth Shield. And why not? Let's just play that right onto the wolf. I think this might do it. That's the end of my turn. I am sitting at 16 or 18 health, sorry, and he is at 4. I think we can do this. I'm going to draw a card for him. Let's see what he has. He has found himself destroy the lowest priority player minion. Well, sadly, this is not going to help that, because this just means when I take damage, it goes to 0 and discard the card. This one is just going to straight up destroy him. So that is not good. I should have waited on that card. All right, we're going to go to my turn now. This is awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh, rejuvenation. I get to bring back my wolf because I put him on top. So he's going to come in completely ready to go. Go into the other person's turn. See how fast this game can start moving once you get the hang of it? We're going to move. Oh no, look at this. A troll comes in again. All right, here he comes. Destroy one villain minion. He can't do that because there aren't any out there, but I believe it still is going to come into play, even though I can't abide by this, from how I would understand, because you never don't play his cards. He's going to attack me. I'm going to have to take it. Now, I only have 1 health, but I deal 3, which is going to kill the troll. So I'm going to put the troll on top, because you never know, I might draw a rejuvenation card again. It is my turn, and I'm top decking like crazy now. I can't play this because I need to discard 1 card to play the toad, so I'm going to keep that card. We'll go into the prince's turn. The prince is going to draw a card, and I really like the way this works. I'm going to put this reinforced dam up there. That's terrible. But the cool thing is like I said, it goes back and forth. You're all drawing from one deck, and it's super fun. We're going to go into our turn now, and I have a Pixie Cavalry. I'm going to play that Pixie Cavalry. I think it's good to have anything out there at this point. And then it's going to be our villain's turn. Our villain is going to, oh my gosh, these dams are going to be the end of me. I'm never going to get through. I'm going to play another card now, or draw my next card, and I have got an Earth Shield. I'm going to discard this to be able to play out my Toad. Now I've got a plan. This will hopefully help me here. Hopefully he doesn't draw anything good. It is now his turn. He will draw himself the Cavalry card, which isn't going to do anything because I don't have 4 minions, but he does get to draw a card. We'll draw a card, see what he got a Cavalry out too. These are going to attack, and I have to put them in an order in which I want them to, and these are both 2. So I get to choose the order these go in. I'm going to put this just like that. That is going to be the order in which they go. The reason why is because then this Pixie Cavalry will attack and do 2 damage, but it can't do enough damage to kill this Pixie Cavalry of 3 health. So it's not going to attack, and it's not going to move to the next target because it always attacks the one that's here. And since it can't attack, and all his buddies attacking only do 0, collectively they cannot kill this. So instead, I'm going to take 2 damage going to 16, and honestly, that's okay. That's the end of his turn. We're going to turn his cards back up like that, and we're going to go into my turn, and I'm going to grab a card, and hopefully it's something that can destroy a dam. That's what I want. Well, I got a Lightning Bolt. Cost discard 1, and I can destroy a creature with 2 or less base health. I'm going to hold on to that card, and now I'm going to move into attack step. I'm going to attack with this against the wall. The wall has 4 health, but attacks for 0, so it can't attack back. And this is going to poison me. Destroy any minion this minion deals damage to. And I dealt damage to the dam for 1, and that's enough to kill it because it can't attack back. So that's a really cool combo card there that I got, that I can keep on working through the dams with that poison thing. Now it's going to be his turn. Let's see what he draws. He draws this one. Destroy the lowest priority player minion. Oh no. He's going to destroy my priority minion. I think it's going to be, I don't want it to be the toad. It's going to be either one. I can choose. I think we're going to have to destroy this pixie cavalry. And the reason why is because then he's going to go to his attack step. He's going to attack with this pixie cavalry, and it's going to attack this one because it can kill it. But then I can attack back and kill it. So these two are both dead. And now I have just the reinforced dam I have to worry about, which is terrible. I'm going to draw a card because it's now my turn. And I have another Treant Shepherd. This is really good, but I'm going to hold it for now. I've got a plan. This thing can't attack me right now, and again, I have a lot of health, so if I can maybe start getting enough cards, I can maybe play down an army to be able to take on that dam, because right now I can't get through it. It's his turn now, and he got, oh no, he got rejuvenation. I put the stupid poison toad on top, so he's going to rejuvenate this one, and he also gets to draw a card. Unlike mine, I don't get to draw a card, but he gets to draw one card. So look at this. All of a sudden, this huge tail is turned here. Oh, look at this. Destroy the lowest priority minion. So I'm glad I didn't put anybody out there. At this point, he's going to attack me. He's going to do 1 damage and 0 damage. So I'm going to take 1. I am at 15 health. Oofda. I'm going to draw a card now and see what I have found. I found that Pixie Mesmerist. And I'm going to use this Pixie Mesmerist as a card to discard to play my Lightning Bolt because I don't want to deal with this toad. And I'm going to put that on. There we go. I'm going to put the Lightning Bolt on top. At this point, I'm only holding this. Now, the Lightning Bolt does allow me to draw 1 card. So I'll draw a card. Or sorry, Lightning Strike. Oh, I got a wolf. That's fantastic. I could put the wolf out there, or I could put the Treant out there. I think we're going to do that. I'm going to discard this wolf to put the Treant out there. Now that I don't have to worry about the poison frog, I get to draw a card. Oh, I get a poison frog. Oh, but I have to discard one to put out there. Oh, barf. All right, that's the end of his turn. That turn. Now it's going to be the Prince's turn. He's going to draw a card. Oh, he got a poison toad. This is just absolutely terrible. Poison toad goes out there. He attacks. He kills my Treant. They both die. That's no good. Now I get to draw a card. Got this. Oh, that's not going to help me. If the villain has 2 or more minions in play, draw 2 cards. Oh, that'll be really good. But sadly, they don't right now. We sit at 4 health and 15 health respectively, and I don't have a draw deck. So I have to shuffle this up, give this a good old truffle shuffle here, and I'm going to move into the villain's turn. And now remember, that's going to make, this is pretty much going to rev this up now, and I've really got to get some guys out there, and I got to hit them hard, or we're not going to make it through. So we got this all shuffled up. We're going to place it down here. It is the villain's turn, so we're going to draw a card and see what he has. He's got a Treant Shepherd. He is going to place out on the board, and it's going to attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. I am at 12 health. And things really just became real. This also attacks every turn, but attacks for 0. And these are going to righten up. And now remember his little power here. It says whenever the minion attacks, 2 damage, the damage the player for 2 at the end of the villain turn. So it's the end of the villain turn, so I'm going to take 2 more. I'm at 10. Oh my gosh, I've got to get this guy. Now, I am going to draw a card. I have gotten a Treant Shepherd, which is fantastic. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to play this card. If the villain has 2 or more minions in play, draw 2, and there are. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, which is great. I've got another Toad, and I've got this card again, which is Guerrilla Warfare, which does say if the villain has 2 or more minions in play, draw 2 cards. Again, I'm going to play that. I will mention at this point, there is no limit to your hand size. You can have as many cards in your hand as you want. I have another Treant Shepherd, and I got a Troll, which I have to discard 2 to play. Okay, I know that one of the plans is to get that troll pack out here, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think what we need to do is we need to get this toad out here, and that toad's going to be able to take care of the reinforced dam. At this point, then, I need to discard a card in order to do that. And I think we're going to discard, I'm going to discard the troll. I'm then going to discard, and I don't get to draw any cards for that either. I'm going to discard another toad to put out a Treant Shepherd, which allows me to draw a card. And I got myself this, destroy the lowest priority. Oh, sorry. This one says cost 1, discard 1 to destroy a minion. Oh, that's totally what you want to do. I'm going to discard the Treant Shepherd to destroy this minion. Oh, I had a plan for that. I'm not too worried about that. I think I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to play out this other one. I get to draw a card, and I have a reinforced dam. I'm going to play that one out there as well. Okay, remember that card that wiped my board? I think I'm going to hold on to that one. So these cards are all going to write These are all exhausted, sorry. And then we're going to write them up, and now it's going to be his turn. So this is going to be a big turn right here. Let's see how it goes. He's going to draw a card. Hopefully this says nothing. This says, oh no, this is a bad one. He's going to put that out there and be able to draw a card. He's going to, oh no, play out a thing. But I have to take another, in order to do this, I have to destroy another villain minion, and I'm going to destroy, oh, which one do I destroy? I'm going to destroy the dam. I know I had this guy ready to take on the dam, but now I have a better plan. And now I have to put them in priority order, which is, oh no, this is going to be absolutely terrible. I'm going to destroy, I think I have to destroy this. I have to destroy that one with this troll. Now I have to put them in priority order, and sadly, I was hoping he could go first, but he can't. So I'm going to put them in, this is going to go at the end. I'm going to put them in this order just like that. That should be good. I should still be able to hold my own and maybe get through. So he's going to attack. And when he attacks for 1. It's not enough to kill this guy. But with the help of this guy, they're able to do 6 damage and kill this character, or this minion. The minion is going to do its 3 damage back to both of these, killing both of them. So all these are going to go into the graveyard, or into the discard pile, and that leaves me with these, because he's going to attack but for 0, and so he's not going to choose to attack any of these people because he can't kill them, so he's going to attack me for 0. At this point, the prince is going to deal 2 damage to me, which is going to bring me to 8 health. I am so close to death. We are going to move into our next turn. I get to draw a card and see what I get. I've got this one. Discard 1 to destroy a minion. And I have the ability to do that because I'm holding this dam. So I'm going to discard this to destroy a minion, which is going to be this one right here. And I'm going to hit him for 4. And oh my gosh, we took out the pre and the bomb. But that was so close. And on top of that, you have to remember that this guy also has that power again still that says if you have to shuffle, then Cullen gains 2 strength. For the rest of the game, he will deal 2 damage to any minion that attacks him, and 2 damage to the player at the end of the turn. So both of these minions would be taking 2 damage as well, which means this one would die, this one would still be out there, but oh my gosh, that was so close. We were able to do 4 damage. That is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has been defeated. Now, sadly, during our game, we weren't able to unlock any of these because I did not defeat Cullen with more than 10 health remaining. I only had 8, but I almost did. I had him on the ropes. If I'd have known about that card, I would have put out 4 guys to get rocked by, and I wasn't able to get 2 forest trolls ready on the player's side at the same time. So since those were not able to be done, I was not able to complete this one that says defeat Cullen while using the cards from both the Cullen's Tantrum and Unexpected Allies Legacy pack. So we weren't able to defeat him enough to be able to open any of these envelopes, but that's how fast the game goes. And when you're not recording and trying to teach how the game goes, it goes even faster. This is super fun. I dig this game. This is a great solo experience to be able to play over and over again. This game will not be leaving my collection anytime soon. This game is super fun, and it can be played cooperatively if you want to. There are some rules in the book to teach you how to do that if you're interested. But if you want to know how to do that, you have to pick up the game yourself or go check out the rule book online. So there you have it. That was Deck of Wonders. Not only we did the unboxing, we also were able to get a full playthrough done as well. And this game is, like I said, super fun. I had a blast, and I am probably going to stop recording and start playing again right now because that was super fun. Not to mention, as we go through the game, I could choose to use any of these other cards as we continue on to create a deck of my own to be able to be hopefully maybe a little bit better. So like maybe if I want to try to get the one where I want to get the trolls out, I want to try to get a whole deck of cards that has to do with card draw. And hopefully I can get 2 trolls in my hand and get the drawing of enough cards to be able to play out those 2 trolls. Because remember, you have to discard 2 cards in order to play that troll out. Or maybe I want to go for a full-on attack deck so that I can get him down fast and be able to open this envelope. And what's inside these envelopes? I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be cards that beef up his deck, which of course will go in here that we can play as well. And maybe it might be some cards that we might be able to add to some of our decks. We'll have to see what's in there. Now, I'm not going to, of course, open them or anything to show you anything in there because it's going to be super fun to see what they are. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and playthrough. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when more playthroughs come out. If you're interested in seeing more of this game played, I have no problem in trying some other stuff. I think it'd be really cool. Please let me know in the comments below. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. If you're interested in supporting the channel, my Patreon, sorry, I can't even talk half the time. My Patreon is located in the description of this video as well. Those that have already supported me are located here on the screen. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me to help my channel grow and expand. This is a super fun game. I'm super glad I got Deck of Wonders. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you're excited to see what comes next, then I need you to meet me at the table.